Do 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 do. Good evening. Welcome to. Sorry, hang on one second. So apologies. Welcome to Tier 2 race in the Netherlands. Tonight we shall be seeing the likes of, maybe I won't say his name, Stepney Luke as your race control, as we wait for the cars to come out on track to set their fastest laps of the weekend. Possibly, maybe not. Most likely. But as we wait for them all to pile out onto the track, we shall have a quick look at the Tier 2 standings. And as it opens this, it brings it over to this screen. As we see, Fletch in P1 on 78 points, 6 points ahead of King Yog with 72 points. Further 2 points behind, we have Bakey Gaming on 70 points. Those are your top three. Both Bakey Gaming and Fletch have one win apiece. Jar Jar Bing rolling up in P4 with 67 points. Moody in 5th on 56 points. Bevan also with a race win, but he missed the first, or he missed the first race of the season. So he's one to look out for the rest of the season, I believe, because if he keeps on his form, surely he'll be up at the top. Let's just have a quick look to see if drivers are out on track. Yeah, we have some drivers that are coming out on track, so just put that there for a little minute. The computer's gone crazy. No, do you know what? We'll leave that over there, and I'll read them out to you as we progress through the qualifying. So where do we go? We've got Bevan in P6. We've got Doug in P7, Mr. Potwash P8, Adam the Sweet. As we see, Hassan and Ferrari sort of getting in each other's way there. So we have Adam the Sweet 9th, Epic Frenchie rolling out the top 10, Prez, King Luke 11th and 12th, Silky Stephen 13th. Mr. Potwash and Adam the Sweet, I would say, are reserves. So that's their reserves from Tier 3. So I put on a very good show for Tier 3 drivers there. Epic Frenchie P10, Prez 11th, King Luke 12th, Silky Stevens in 13th, Widget, who is also a Tier 2 reserve, in 14th position, Goofy 15th, F1 Hack 16th, Tobrito again a reserve from Tier 3, putting on a nice showing there. KL19 19th, Hybrid is, Tobrito is 17th, KL is 19th, 18th, KL is 18th, and Hybrid is 19th, 50 Gent 20th, Kingy 21st, Kennedy 22nd, Ghost 23rd, and Luke Stepney and Didi Friend. Well, Luke Stepney is up in Tier 1 now, and Didi Friend hasn't actually had a race yet. Tonight I think will be his first race, as we see King Luke already into the pits. We go off Frog Match. We'll get some details up here. Let's have a look. Skis. We have a we might leave that on for a little bit. See what it's like. Not a fan of seeing how much battery they've got left, to be honest with you. But I don't do it in Tier 1. But let's see what happens today, as I'll just go back to that one. As we have Frogmassey through the second set with King Yog, put in a 1:10.16 for the first fastest lap of the night. We'll just stay with Frogmassey because not too far left of his first firing lap. I think there might be a Williams of Jar Jar ahead of him. It is the Williams of Jar Jar. King Luke has retired from the session as Jar Jar crosses the line on 1:10.0, 6 tenths faster than King Yog. Telemetry is fine in quali, switch off in the race. But yeah, I never really liked to have it in on the race, but in quali Yeah, I can see why you'd want to. Bevan puts in a... Sorry, Fletch first put in a 109.23, and then Bevan topped that with a 109.6. So getting a bit feisty up front. Adam the Sweet and KL17 both putting in 2 laps there. We're on 110 from KL. Slater. Oh, we're all piling in laps now, aren't we, lads? Okie dokie. Let's have a quick look. Next, there's a Williams crossing the line. Oh, Filthy Ghost pops in to 110. Pops into 6th with a 1 minute 10. They've got a kick coming across the line. There was a kick coming across the line. Sure there was. Moody. As we have a KL17 get right out of the way of people. Good dedication. Mowing the lawn while you're at it there. Good on you. Let's have a look while on Mr. Piggy, who's out on his flying first. Sorry, he's on his outlap. He's on his outlap. As is Moody still in the pits. Doug is on his outlap, and DD Friend. I think who's furthest along. We have Doug who's furthest along, so we're just right on board while he starts his first flying lap of the evening. DRS open, battery is being drained. Up into the first corner, kind of a long left-hander. You want to kind of take it nice and close to the curb, and then just let it roll round. In this one, I like to take a high line through this one. Everybody has their lines. I like for the high one and come down. Get a little bit extra speed, but maybe that's just me. But yes, we'll have Doug 24.3 for his first sector. Let's see what see, was it Piggy who's next? No, Mr. Piggy is ahead of him. Is Doug further? Yeah, Doug is further ahead. So Mr. Piggy is just behind Doug, and then you have Moody who is on his outlap. DD Friends in the pits. Doug, purple first sector. I think that's just for himself because obviously he's got no time against. Or is it purple for the whole grid? Has he gone faster than Silky did it in sector 2? He's used a lot of his battery there. A lot of his battery. There's not got much left. There's a DRS open. Battery is basically drained now. He's got nothing left. Coming across the line in a 110.4. And then it was Piggy who was next across the line. He comes across in a 110.3, so just a little bit ahead of Doug. And then we got Moody who's on his outlap. He's starting his flying lap now. Is that Doug and Piggy? What is going on with my controls there? Why is that happening? That was weird. So Doug and Piggy there's on the lap. 8 laps. Silky is he on the fire? Surely not. He must be coming. Yeah, he's coming into the pits. So we have the other RB of Fletch coming out. But what's people's predictions for tonight's poll? Seems to be fairly close. I mean, between Fletch and Prezi Prez, they're relative on time, quite close to each other. And Bevan and Silky, I mean, I've got money on Bevan tonight, taking poll from Silky. What's your predictions for tonight, everybody? What do you all think? As we just the Piggy and Yog is on a flying lap. Yep, sector 2. He's up in sector 1. Coming towards the end of sector 2. He's even further ahead in sector 2. It's looking like a great lap. 3 tenths faster as someone did pop in above him there. But he's about 3 tenths faster. We're looking at 1:10.2, 1:10.3. So we're looking sort of maybe 8th. Maybe 8th if he carries on the way he's going. We'll sure find out. 7th. He did better. Fantastic lap from King Yog there. Bro, a 1:09.4 is faster than what I got in practice. I mean, shut up, Luke. There's just maybe this is Silky's lap. This is Silky's circuit. Maybe he knows this circuit better than the others. Maybe you're rubbish at this circuit. Who knows? As we see Jar Jar increasing his time in sector 2. So about a 10th faster, so we're looking maybe increasing, maybe to 4th, possibly 3rd. As we watch him come round the final bend there, DRS is open, battery depleted nearly, and he crossed the line. Third. I called it. I said he'll get third. So that's a wonderful lap there from Jar Jar. Yeah, Canada was yours, but we don't talk about Canada for you because well, yeah, you know why. Prezi, he's up in his second sector as well, not by much. Could possibly jump Jar Jar here. He's up in sector 2, so we're looking at him possibly jumping to third. Possibility, depending on his last sector here and how much batteries are. As Fletch puts in a 109.3, bloody good lap there from Fletch, fantastic. So we're looking for Prezi jumps up one place. Goofy's gonna need another invite, he's lost all sound. Then Mr. Luke, if you could get on that, because Goofy apparently he needs another invite. I'll hang on a second. Let me just close this. I do apologise. Technical problems. Goofy is going to need another invite. Lost us down the game and he's having to reset it. Okay, so Luke, in a couple of seconds, if you could swing Goofy an invite, that would be much appreciated. Oh, he looks like he's back in. He looks like he's back in the back in everything now, because I think he's just left the pits, or did he leave the pits? Did he leave the pits? What's his EA? How'd you not know? Is Goofy back in, Ivy? If he's not, then I'll just do it. It'll be easier, because that one. Goofy. Where is Goofy? I've gone past him. I've gone past Goofy. Apologies for this, everybody. Where is he? Doug. For some reason, he's not showing up on the list. I'm not. I know he did add me. I'm sure he did, but I can't see his name on here. I don't want to keep doing this because obviously missing the importance of the qualifying. I'll have a look in a second. But if we could get his EA, Silky puts in a 109.222. So fantastic lap there. Slater looks like he's out on his flying lap now. What can he do for the Scooter Ferrari? No, he goes into the pits. As Moody looks like he is on a flyer. Possibly. He's got a lot of battery left. Yellow's in sector 1. No, I think he's on an in-lap here. Yeah, he's definitely on an in-lap. So we've got Yog, who's out on an out-lap. Jar Jar. Silky's just put in a lap. DD, I believe. Goofy. I mean, can I select Goofy? Where is it? There he is. No, can't take. I don't want to get control of it. Let me try and add him again, because come on, Goofy. There he is. Right, I've added him. I've sent him another request. Not request. I've sent him another invite. Hopefully, he can get that. As Moody is on a flying lap now. Comes in first sector. He's up in his first sector. We're just following him around for a little bit as the other kick of Yog is ahead of him, but I don't know if he's on a fly. He is on a flying lap as well. Should we stay with Yog? He's coming to the end of it. He's up by half a second in sector 2. So that's It's impressive time to be up in your second sector. So looking, if he's up by half a second, we're looking possibly into fourth. Third, he takes third, 109.433. So we'll just drop down to Moody because he was coming across the line. He's up by 2/10. What can the other kick do here? Jumps up to 7th. Absolute brilliance. Goofy, I did send you an invite. I can't send it again, unfortunately, because we're coming to the end of quali now. No, maybe I can. Let me try and add you again. No, Mr. P's bitch boy has done it. Coolio. We have a look at Prezi. He's coming in. So Yog, he's done his lap. Jar Jar. Prezi has retired from the session now. He's happy with his lap. He doesn't think he can go much faster, or is he holding back and just waiting for the race? Moody's sliding around there. So anyway, he's on an in lap, so he can do what he wants. Dog is on an out lap. He's about to start his flying lap now. We'll just stick with him for a moment. What's the kick? Is it Moody in front of him? Moody is coming into the pits, and there's a Ferrari behind him of Slater. So we'll just go back up to, who was it? No. No, it wasn't Jar Jar. Is there anybody on the flying lap? Doug? Doug's on a flying lap. Good old Doug. As we watch Doug coming through the right-handers into the left-hander. Yeah. He's going to want to improve on his time here. What's he got at the end of sector 2? Which is coming up at the end of this straight here. Bit of DRS, bit of battery deployment. He's used a lot of batteries. He's up by 2/10. So we're now looking possible 9th, possibly 8th, depending on how quick he does this last sector here. And here we come across. He's used all his batteries, so he's not got much to give now. And he's going to cross the line in a 1:10.23. So he does improve on his time, but doesn't move up any positions there. Jar Jar, he's up in his first sector, only by a small amount, but he's definitely up. Let's see what he can do and produce for his second sector, I think. Ferraris there. We got a Ferrari coming round. We got Williams, I think. But we'll stick with Jar Jar for the moment. As he comes, he's down in his second sector, but again, but not only by 1,000th of a second. So it's all to play for in his final sector. Can he find a small amount of time to knock Perez down a position? Because I think that's what we're sort of aiming at here. I don't think he's going to go. Oh, he's lost it! He lost it coming out the final corner. Nose in the wall. There's going to be yellow flags everywhere. We have a Aston crossing the line. He's on an outlap. That's Baker Gaming. And we got a McLaren on an outlap. Ah, dearie me. We got Ferraris moving out of the way for each other in the kick. Moody is... Doug has retired from session, as you can imagine. We have Fletch. He's up in his second sector, looking very nice. Can he find that extra 10th to knock Silky off top spot? He has a little wide there, he's taking the inside, he's taking a bit of grass. Not sure if that losing too much time. He's bailed on a lap. He bailed on it. So we got Yog, who's up by 7/10. We're looking at a 108 if that is true. No, he hasn't even done the first sector yet. Silly me. Right. He's up. He's down by 3 attempts. I was going to say up by 7 attempts on his first sector. Goodness me. Fletch has retired from the session. Silky has finished his laps at 109.22. So it's all eyes on Yog here. Can he find 2 attempts? Or 3 attempts? As I think he's bailed out on the lap. Bevan's already finished his lap. Where's Ghost is off track. Bakey's finished his lap. Mr. Piggy is on a flying lap. What can he do through this final sector? What time can he find? if he can find anything. And he does cross the line. He's 4 times. He pops himself into 8th position. Great lap from Piggy there, as Moody not up by much, but I don't know if he's bailed. Did it look like he's bailed? I thought he bailed on that lap then. He's still going to go for it. DRS is open. Battery is fully deployed. He's crossing the line. He stays 9th. As Filthy Ghost also stays 10th. Down to Slater, one of the Ferraris. He stays 13th. And the other Ferrari of KL looks like he's bailed on this lap a long time ago. And he just crosses the line just for fun. And there you have it. Your top 3 are Silky Stevens, Fletch in the Racing Bulls, lockout front row for them. Yog in the kick in P3. Nice, interesting qualifying session. Fairly close with everybody, as you can see. It's not too much of a gap between. There's only half a second gap between 1st and 6th. So yeah. So Silky Stevens, Fletch in the Visa RBs, Yog in the Sauber, Bevan P4 with the McLaren, Aston of Bakey Gaming in 5th, Alpina President in 6th, Jar Jar with the Williams in 7th, Mr. Piggy with the Mercedes in 8th, Moody in the kick in 9th, we have the Williams of Filthy Ghost 10th, Red Bull of Doug in 11th, and the others we'll go through shortly. We now have a 5-minute break, so we will go at, you know what, we're going to go at 20:30 exactly tonight, ladies and gentlemen. At 8:30 exactly. So until then, we shall see you soon. Go get your drinks. Go do what you need to do. But please be back here for 8:30 for the Tier 2 race in Holland. And welcome back. Have a couple of minutes before the drivers are able to ready up. In fact, we have 1 minute, less than 1 minute now, for the drivers to ready up. So what's your predictions here? What's we got? We got Doug for the win from Woody. Can I have a look at what tyres we got on? There we go. Have a look at the tyres. We got top three look like they're starting on hards. Got a couple of we've got a couple of mediums. Looks like majority is hard. We got a soft from Goofy. So wonder if that's all trickery there, but or is it going to rain? Is there going to be rain today? An epic ginger has said Bev all the way. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Looks like it's is the lobby bugged? You could all ready up now. Let me just quickly tell them.
Oh my god.
Two reserves ready up. Hopefully they'll get that message and they're going to start readying up now. Any second now. Weather forecast says rain expected. Ooh, we could have a wet race today. Ooh, it's exciting, isn't it? So if it rains, what's your predictions? If it stays dry, oh, here we go. 1 light, 2 lights, 3, 4, 5, and we are go in Holland. Looks like a fairly clean start from Silky. A great start for Silky. Stays in the lead. Met Fletch following around. There looked like a bit of contact there between Yog and Bevan, but fairly clean get away from everybody. Got Moody going up the inside of Jar Jar. Great clean racing so far from everybody. Got Slater, King Luke and Adam the Sweet changing places. Not sure if it's team orders already, but KL17 looking interested now. We've got Prez and Piggy coming side by side. There's spinning. I think Prez has lost it. Dougie's gone through some boards. Prez is at the back now. All sorts of damage on that Alpine. And we got front end plate missing on that Alpine. I'm not sure what happened there, but there was definite side by side. I can't comment on what happened because I honestly, from that angle, I couldn't really see who had given space, who didn't give space. But we're staying on board with Mr. Piggy here, who's getting undertaken from Doug, as we got Ferrari stepping out of the slipstream there, looking to make himself known to Mr. Piggy ahead of him. But nothing doing there as Prez does come into the pits. Will give for a new wing. We have a quick lap data. We have a look at the tyres. Where are the tyres? They're the tyres. There they are. So yeah, we have the top two on hards. Yog and Bevan in mediums. Bakey on hard as well. Moody on the mediums. It's fairly even split. I'd say there's more hards than there are mediums. We've got Goofy already on the softs. Presley's gone to the hards. So as you can see, the top five, no changes in the top five. Moody is one of the big movers of this afternoon so far. We're up 3 places into 6th place. Jar Jar stayed where he is. Filthy Ghost and Doug both up 2. Piggy down 2. KL17 up 3. King Luke, the biggest mover of the lot, up 4. As DD Friends 10-second penalty for cutting the corner. Not sure what corner he was cutting, but yeah, it's not a good outing for the Alpine so far today. I will say that DD is on controller for the first time in many years, so he is going to be trying his best to do what he can. With gap to the interval. There we go. So, what do we have? Silky from Fletch. Building a bit of a gap. Maybe they'll work together. We've got King Yog in third place. Filthy Ghost and Jar Jar swapping places again. Filthy Ghost got past Jar Jar there quite easily there, so I wonder if he's just sort of let him go. Maybe he thinks on faster tyres or faster, different strategy. Got Moody in the kick saber in 6th place. Yog is under pressure from Bevan here. Bevan will have DRS, Yog will have DRS too. But I wonder if there's anything you can do with the McLaren bearing down on him. Do you want to see the tyres again? I will put the tyres back on. If you want to see the tyres, there you go. There are the tyres. See, like I said, fairly even split. Maybe slightly more hards. And then we've got Goofy on the soft tyres. But yeah, we'll see how things go. We've got Luke and KL17. Looks like they're trading places with each other. That's the closest battle we have at the minute. We have Moody chasing down Baker, who has lost DRS to Bevan ahead of him. Bevan is still right behind Yog, tucked up right behind his rear wing. Yog is desperately trying to stay within the DRS of Fletch ahead of him. But will the RBs start working together, maybe slingshot each other to try and break the DRS train that we have here? Doesn't look like it. Well, maybe we'll see what happens, because Fletch will have DRS this time round. Well, he did have it last time round, so I don't know. I would sort of see if we could get out of the DRS and then start fighting with each other. Maybe don't really want to see team orders as such. But Yog looks like he's dropped. He does look like he's been dropped from the 1 second window of Fletch. So that will help Bevan in his challenge to overtake Yog. Where would he make that move? If you see fairly... Well, we've got Adam the Sweet going on KO17. Looks like he just done it just before the beginning of turn 3 into turn 4. So he's now going to try and catch up to his teammate King Luke, or will KO try and get that position back? Will he just hold fire for a minute? Just swing up to Bevan here. It does look like Yog has dropped out the DRS zone. Not sure if he was in the... Yep, Yog has dropped out of DRS, so this is going to massively improve Bevan's chances of getting past him at the next we've got yellow flags in sector 1. B for an Alpine, I think of DD friend. So this is Bevan's chance to slingshot himself ahead of Yog and kill after the RBs. Is he going to be... He's definitely going to get past him here. Clean overtake. Nice and beautiful as you like. Yog tried to sort of see if he could come back, but he looks like he's going to lose a place to Bakey Gaming as well. This is going to be... Bakey Gaming does pull out just at the last second as Moody nearly runs into the back of him, almost pushing him around the corner there. But fairly clean driving so far. Only issue was with President. I think it was with Ghost. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that seemed to be the only real incident so far through this race, as Yog is trying to stay within the DRS of Bevan. Bakey trying to make himself look really big to Yog in his mirrors and trying to also defend from Moody behind him. We have yellow flags in sector 3. That's DD friend. He has retired from the race. That's unfortunate for him. Like I said, it was his first time on the controller, so normally he's on a wheel, so it was unfortunate for him, but it was a great effort. He just couldn't get the hang of it today. He needed a bit more practice, maybe, if he could. But we'll see what we brings next week. So we're just following Bakey Gaming round at the minute, as it does seem to be the closest. Oh no, we do have Doug and Mr. Piggy swapping places. Piggy then back up the inside of Doug. Doug outbraked himself there, but he's still hot on the heels of Mr. Piggy there. He wants to get that place back. Maybe he's got to rethink where he wants to overtake him or try and surprise him somewhere else. As Goofy is staying with KL17, trying to get back into that DRS window. Yog still in the DRS of Bevan. Bevan hasn't made much of a move up to the back of Fletch as I thought he would do. Maybe he's just biding his time. He just wants to see these tyres last a little bit. Obviously, we have a forecast of rain. I'm not sure when the rain is going to come, but maybe he knows something that no one else does, and he's just holding fire. Wants to make that decision when he can. Obviously, if it does rain, I don't know if it will, but yeah, the Fletch and Silky look like they're kind of running away with it at the minute. They're 3 seconds now ahead of Bevan, who, like I said, it hasn't made much of a dent on. In fact, he's dropped back further from Fletch after getting past Yog. As Goofy now comes into the pits, obviously he's put on another set of hot softs, so he clearly does think it's going to rain, because otherwise that is a very interesting pit stop, unless it was a mistake from the Mercedes boys. But guessing he thinks it's definitely going to rain. But why would you want to pit to now? As Prezi now will be on the back of Goofy, but Goofy does have the soft tyres, so he will have better grip now. Smart move starting on hards. Yet I think starting on hards will be the better choice, but it depends when the rain comes. Obviously, we don't know when it's going to come. The drivers don't really 100% know when it's going to arrive, but we'll see what happens. Netherlands is a tyre burner, so it could also backfire. It could, but again, like we said earlier, it just depends on when the rain does come. It's Jar Jar right up behind Moody. I wonder if the medium tyres are starting to drop though, because the boys on the hard tyres seem to be closing in a little bit. As Bevan looks like he's dropping further away now from Fletch up front, as Yog is still sticking with him. Both Yog and Bevan on the medium tyres. Bakey Gaming staying with them both as well, but he's on the harder tyres, so he has a better time for this race now, because obviously the mediums will start dropping off now. That will give him at least 2 positions at this point in time. As we Stanovic just said, the RBs are too quick. RB drivers are too quick for this tier. I don't think they're too quick. I just think they had a cleaner getaway. As we have Bevan already coming into pits, it's more of a tyre choice really. I think if Bevan what's he gone? He's gone for hards. We also have Ghost in as well. He is going on to is that a pair of mediums I saw? Yeah, he's going on to another pair of mediums. So it's going to be a 2-stop race as well. Well, it will be a 2-stop if it rains, but he's definitely got to stop again. So I don't know when this rain is going to come. As Dex says, in response to the boys saying the Visa drivers are too quick, he says they'll just get promoted and it's just them passing my school of motor racing. He'll take all the credit. No doubt he will. But he does get his lads to practice. So, and he does, and practice does make perfect eventually. But Bakey Gaming is sitting quite comfortably in 4th for the minute. Is what's Moody tyres on? He's on mediums as well. Does it? Because it's a bit of slide there. As Bakey Gaming goes for the move on Yog. Nothing Yog can really do about that. It seems like a fairly clean overtake. Yog obviously didn't have the benefit of DRS. Bakey did, but this is the time when Bakey will want to pull away from Yog now. He'll want to increase that gap because he's got the better grip now. He's got medium tyres are definitely dropping off. He's already nearly a second behind him before the end of the first sector. So I think the mediums are dropping off now a little bit as Jar Jar Bing. He will be looking to benefit now with the hard tyres. He's noticed that Bakey's pulled away very rapidly. Now over a second, so Yog will not have DRS. He will be under attack from his teammate and from Jar Jar Bing here. But what will his teammate do? Will he try to make his car look big and wide again so Jar Jar doesn't have the option to get past either of them? Are the kicks going to be coming into the pits? Who's going to be coming in first, or are they going to double stack? Haven't seen any droplets of rain, so don't think that's going to be happening right now as Jog is 1.5 seconds behind Bakey Gaming now. Both the kicks are continuing. Moody is going past Jog now. Maybe they're just going to carry on doing this to try and keep Jar Jar behind them. Bakey Gaming, Doug does come into the pits now. He is another one of the medium drivers coming in for his pit stop. Bevan now sets the fastest lap on the race, and he came in for hards, so he is now man with the pace. We'll just have a quick look at the old tyres. No, wrong one. So everybody on up to P10 has not stopped. They're on 11 lap old mediums and hards. Bevan is closing down on Slater with his new hard tyres, 2 lap old tyres. So Bevan will want to clear Slater as quick as he can to make any use of these fresh hard tyres to try and get close to Fletch or around the outside of the corner. Just better traction, just better traction, more DRS, use of DRS and ERS obviously, but made very easy. Was that rain I saw there? Was that rain coming down there? It was rain. We have rain. How much rain do we have? We've got rain now. The rain is here. The rain is here. Who's going to make their move first into the pits? So obviously this is going to benefit now all of the drivers that have stayed out. We have which ones came in? Who's already made a stop? So Bevan, Ghost, Doug, Presby and Goofy. They will not be loving this because obviously they've had to come in earlier, so the likes of everybody else will be happy. But when will people make their first move into the garage? I mean, race control, Goofy for speeding in the pit lane, that is not a good time for him. Heck, never mind, I'll just shut up. Nah, it's cool, man, it's cool. You didn't know, by the time you typed it, remember there's a little delay, so you know. But what are the racing balls going to do? Are they going to stay out, both of them? Is one of them going to come in? Are they going to double stack? They do have 7-second lead. They're going to double stack. So we want a nice clean. Oh, as Silky just takes out the line. He's got a 10-second time penalty. Oh no, DRS is disabled, so doesn't want it to be held up. Fletch, sorry, is held up a little bit. Bakey Gaming. This will help Bakey Gaming trying to get past Massey. Obviously, still have probably a 2-second lead over Bakey, maybe 3. Not going to be 8, surely. As Silky will have a 10-second time penalty. So that's going to really hinder his chances, but he's got a 6-second lead over his teammate now. Bakey Gaming is a further 5 seconds behind. So possibly will be finishing second if it ended like this right now. But the rain is coming down very hard now. And I mean, it's an error we can make. Can we see the tyres, please? Yes, you can. No, not that one. This one. Tyres. Everybody is on the inters except for Bevan, who has stayed out. We have yellow flags in sector 2. That possibly for Bevan. I think it depends on how long does he know how long the rain is gonna last. I mean, I don't know if it's worth it staying out anymore. Like, surely you'd have to come in. He's got Ghost bearing down on him. Ghost just has so much more grip. We have yellow flags. We have a Ferrari. We have a Ferrari that is facing the wrong way. Not sure what happened there. Let me get rid of the tyres. Might actually dry up and you have to serve the 10 seconds. Jesus peeps, man. Oh, it might actually dry up, so that's... Oh, dear. That's going to give him a bigger issue if it does dry up and he has to come back in. That is going to cause major upsets between the Racing Bulls as Piggy and Luke battling it out for P7 and 8. Jar Jar just ahead of them. Luke does look like he's quite comfortable in the wet here. Does seem to have it under control. It's Slater and Bevan. Bevan's coming to the pits now for a new wing. And some inters, I assume. So it's not the greatest outing for Bevan now. Maybe just wish he could hold on a little. Moody and Bakey Gaming side by side coming out of that turn there. Who's going to give way? Oh, Bakey Gaming gave him a little squeeze. Bakey's gone a little bit deep, but Moody is sticking with him. Who's going to get the better drag out the corner? Bakey Gaming does seem to have that under control there. Bakey does look a bit slidey and squirrely. Going into the corner, he's not 100% with the braking of that car. Which stick on board with Bakey and Moody right now because one of the closest battles on track. Moody does have Bakey Gaming as absolutely defended. He's gone deep. Bakey's gone deep. He's a bit squirrely. Oh, Moody touched the curb. Won't have helped your chances there coming out of that corner. This has got a little bit deep. He's taken a high line. He wants to cut back on him, but I think Bakey and Moody nearly loses the back end completely. That's not going to help your chances in closing down onto Bakey Gaming there. But yes, I need to stop saying but as Deck says, Chuckle Brothers strike again. He might hold up Fletch as well in the crossover. This is possible. This has caused you great pain, has it, Deck? Well, as the Moody and Bakey Gaming almost coming together there. I don't know if there was contact, but they're very close. As Moody does seem very comfortable in this these wet conditions. Bakey Gaming more comfortable on the straights than he is in the corners, I'd say, at the moment. We will stick on board as Moody seems to get right up behind Bakey Gaming there. He will want to stick close as close as he can to him, as he does do a little jinky slide there. Seems to go under control. He lost the back end a little bit there with yellow flags out in sector 2. I don't know if that's for the Red Bull and the Alpine of Prezi players and the Red Bull of Doug. Keep your boy attacking Bakey. They slow each other down for me. Deck. That as it may be true, but we don't need that. But we do. Well, we do because we want overtakes and we want action. And Bakey Gaming is pulling away from Moody now. Seems to have opened up a little bit of a gap, a little bit of a breather. But Prezi is close behind Doug here, taking a high line out of there, trying to get use as much as road you can to get up to the back of Doug there in P12. This is a great battle for P12 and 13. As we just quickly nip up to Luke, who is on the back of Yog now. He's on the back of the other Kicksauber, and he has definitely found some pace in the wet. Wanted to get this other Kicksauber out of the way, but he struggled to get the power down there. Is it getting a bit wetter? It's definitely getting a little bit wetter now. It's a little bit more trickery. A little bit more trickery in the curves, in the corners. Sorry, not in the curves. Well, the corners. But they look like they're not finding the right amount of grip coming out of each corner. But Luke will keep battling around this corner. He's got great drive out the corner, great traction. Right up behind the back of Yoger. Is he going to make a move into turn 1? He doesn't make the move. He wasn't comfortable enough to shove it down the inside. So we will stick on board with Luke here and see what he does over the next few corners. Not sure there's many places left to overtake in the dry, let alone in the wet now, until back on the start-finish straight. But if there is a way, I'm sure Luke will be finding it. He's all over the back of him. He's not letting him get away. Doesn't want to get too close. Get too much dirty air around this part of the track. You could cause a little tire dip into the gravel, and that's it. Your race is over. You're gone. Thanks for coming. But he's still staying with him. And Moody is right up behind Bakey Gaming now. As Silky now has at least a 14-second gap over Bakey Gaming. So that's going to help Silky out. If it doesn't stop raining, it finishes like this, that's going to help Silky finish still in P2, which will be great for the racing balls, as Moody definitely has a run on Bakey Gaming here. He's going to the outside, he's going to the inside, pulls up alongside Bakey Gaming. Who's going to be last of the late breakers? It is Bakey Gaming, but Moody does break earlier, but gets into the corner nicely. He's got a little bit more acceleration, loses the back end a little bit, but just about holds it. He's squirreling everywhere. He's squirreling, but I think he's got that one done. And now he will want to get on his way after Fletch and want to try and break that 10-second barrier. But he's got a long way to go. We've got a good sort of 15 laps. You love Tunnel Vision says he loves Moody. Moo. I'm sure he wanted to put DY at the end, but that I just went. Well, it was a beautiful move. He definitely knew what he was going to do. Made Bakey Gaming great. Baker a little bit later into turn 1, trying to hold on to the line, but Moody just perfect driving there. Perfect driving. We've got Filthy Ghost still on the back of Piggy. Nah, just Moo. Oh, okay. I'll remember that for next time. As we got Luke on the back of Yog still can't find a way past. Can't find a way past the kick here. Is he going to be able to do what Moody did to his teammate here? But no, he looks like he's gone alongside him. Side by side into turn 1. Who's going to be the last of the late breakers? It's Luke holding the inside line. Yog pushed to the outside. Was there a little bit of contact, but Yog does slip in behind Luke there. So great move again from a Haas driver. From the Haas driver into P5. Now he'll want to get after Bakey Gaming, because it did look like Bakey was struggling a bit in the rain. Excuse me. So who we got now? We've got Luke chasing down after Bakey Gaming. He's already pulled out 7/10 for the second between himself and Yog, who he has just overtaken. Moody is lapping a Ferrari of KL17, I believe there is. Excuse me, Yog and Luke trading places again, so Yog found a way past him. So Piggy does get past Ghost. Excuse me. Piggy does get past Ghost there, but Ghost is still up the inside. Piggy did look like he got a bit of better traction out of that corner there. We have a Williams battling Mercedes. But who's gonna get the better of each other? As we go, have a quick look up front. We've got Luke getting past Yog, or Yog getting past Luke, side by side into turn 1. Who's gonna hold it out longer? Side by side action between these two drivers is absolutely brilliant. Yog does hold back and stays P6 for the moment, but where's he going to try and get past him again? Is this rain going to let up, by the way, guys? People say yes, some people say no, but I'm guessing the driver's down. Sorry, the drivers will know. As we've got yellow flags out in sector 1 as Moody is spun. All that good work has gone undone there. Moody has lost it, so Bakey Gaming now takes back over to P3 where he was. This has also helped Silky and Fletch with... Sorry, helped Silky with his 10 10-second penalty, so if it does stop raining in the next 10 to 15 minutes, possibly get 2-3 laps on dries. Maybe not. But Moody has clawed himself back into within 1 second of Baker Gaming, but obviously no DRS in the rain. But he'll be so frustrated. It was a fantastic move he done there to get past Baker Gaming. Set up for a good sort of lap or two, and it's all gone away from him. Just one small movement, and yeah, it's all gone. But head down, focus. Tunnel vision says recover, head down. Deck says Silky has cleared the pen anyway, even with the crossover. What? Who? From to who? Hey, I mean, Silky is 17. Let's have a quick look. Silky is 18 seconds ahead of Bakey Gaming. So if it was to crossover now, he would lose out to Bakey Gaming. Surely. Or is my maths just really wrong? But I think if the rain continues for another sort of 5-6 laps, then yeah, he will be possibly clear. I think it's 25 seconds for the pit stops here. So you don't think they'll need to pit again, says Woody? He would be 7 seconds in front. It's into to the end for sure. Well, we shall see. We have yellow flags out in Sector 3. I think that's for the Ferrari. No, it's for the Mercedes. Where's Mercedes? There it is. Why is it not giving me Mercedes? Was that Mercedes of Piggy? We got Adam the Sweet going up the inside of Mr. Piggy. Who is going to make this one last? Piggy... Ghost goes. Piggy goes for the undercut. Switcheroo from Piggy there. Fantastic driving. Holds on to the place there. No safety car. We're having good racing. I think Silky and Fletcher are doing a bit of teamwork here. Realising there's a possibility of the rain ending. And so Silky not wanting to hold up Fletch in the pit stops. So Bakey also needs to box, so it equals out. Yeah, but I mean, just that one little switch there with the racing balls has brought Bakey 2 seconds closer to Silky now. So if it does stop raining, which last time I checked looked as bad as it was, it does. If it does stop raining, then I don't know. I think Bakey might have Silky at this point. But because I don't know, Bakey closing down on him. Is the rain easing up a bit? Doesn't look like it. See what happens, but we'll see. So 18.5 to 28 seconds. 28 seconds for a pit stop. We got yellow flags out. It was a Williams there, I think. Williams with Jar Jar and Piggy and Adam the Sweet again side by side out of turn 1 into turn 3, still side by side. Great driving from these two. Is Adam the Sweet going to go for the switcheroo here? No, he doesn't manage to pull it off. So Piggy holding on to what is P9 at the moment. But some fantastic overtakes this evening. We've had some fantastic overtakes into turn 1. Some surprising us in other places. Jar Jar is just losing touch with his teammate of Filthy Ghost there, who is closing in on Yog. And we shall have a look at Moody, who is already now back within half a second of Bakey Gaming now. And he's hit the wall! Surely not cause any damage. Has it caused him any damage there? Looks like he's got his wing intact, so it looks like he's got away with that bit. It might have done a bit of damage to his tyres. I'm going to have Silky doing 10 hours of practice of just outstrip of the pit stops. That's brilliant. Some clips for the TikTok getting made tonight for sure, says Woody. Crazy autocorrect. Is that what it autocorrected it to? That's brilliant. But Moody is trying to get past Baker Gaming. He's dropped back a little bit. Excuse me. Dropped back a little bit, but he's maybe just finding the right moment to pounce on Baker Gaming. Baker Gaming also wanted to stay in P3. He's also come away with a win this season, so all looking quite good for the title right now. Excuse me a second. As Moody all over the back of Baker Gaming here, so he wants to have a good exit from this turn into the sort of slingshot into the finish straight. But Baker Gaming is dropping a bit now to Silky Stevens. Silky Stevens opening up a little bit. We'll watch Moody now. He looks a bit far away to make any impression on Bakey this particular lap. I don't think he's going to go for a crazy lunge up the inside. He does not. Is that dry line? No, he's not appearing, surely. Or is a slight... I mean, I wouldn't say it's dry, but that's got a heavier, surely. That rain is coming down now. But we will just go over to Filthy Ghost, who's getting a bit closer to Yog. Up ahead, we'll have a quick look down to see where Bevan is. Bevan is trying to close down the Red Bull of Doug. Bevan caught out with the pit stops. He went onto mediums first, and obviously had to come in for a pit stop. And about three or four laps later, the rain came, so he had to make another pit stop. So that did not help his chances. Prezi got into a bit of contact, I think with the Williams of Ghost as Jog and Ghost. I think has Jog gone off track because he was moving very slowly there as there been contact. He looked like missing an M plate. Was there contact between Filthy Ghost and Yog? Can't see if there's any damage to Filthy Ghost here, but Yog definitely missing both M plates. So not sure if there was contact or what, but he's definitely going to need to come into the pits now, which is going to be unfortunate because if it does stop raining in the next sort of 3 or 4 laps, that's not going to help his chances at all. But he's going to have to come into the pit. No, he stays out. He says, nope, I'm having a go. I'm going to stay out. It's going to rain. The rain is going to ease up, and I will pit when I want to. We've got just over 9 laps remaining, 8 laps remaining. Woody says all Moody needs to do is wait for Bakey to light up his smoke while taking a drink of beer, and it will pass no problem. This is a possibility, but I wonder if Bakey's learned his lesson from that time, as now Moody is within half a second of him again. I think that's the closest battle we have on track. We have Bevan right behind Doug. I think Bevan's going to go for a move on Doug here. He's right up behind him. He's desperate. He desperately wants to get past Doug. But I don't see anything happening. We'll just quickly go back to Rudy because he's right on the back of the Aston Martin now. Has to get a good slingshot around. Has to stick with him. Hold the nerve. Don't accelerate too quickly. Keep the traction there. Looks like he's got under control. So this could be the move that Moody does now to get back into P3. But I don't think he's too far back. He is too far back, unfortunately. So he's going to have to go around and follow him again or surprise him later on through this lap. But Baker Gaming takes a different line to Moody there. So maybe that's an opportunity to surprise him up the inside. Moody going around the outside looking for a little slingshot. But it's cost him a bit of time there. But he is gaining back a bit of time. But no, he's definitely lost time there. So that line did not help Moody in closing up to Baker Gaming's in there. Moody's got too high a downforce, says Deck. Yeah, it does look like he has quite a high rear wing, doesn't he? But maybe he did it because of the rain and others didn't because they wanted to have a faster car. But Moody almost pushing Baker Gaming through the corner there. So no slipstream is a problem in this. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. There is no slipstream in this game. So yeah, I guess lower wings is the better, but he does look like he's got a bit more of an opportunity this time around. No, he's just got no assist on. He's a proper racer. he's definitely going to go for it this lap. Surely closing in, getting a lot closer. Is he close enough though? I don't think he is. Are the drivers coming off the dry line to try and cool the tyres there? Is that what I was seeing? Because it did look like Luke was going off track there to try and cool his tyres down. Surely it's not. Can't he? I don't know. Are they trying to pull off line to cool their tyres down? Surely they've got enough water on the racing line there, but we shall see. As Moody dropped a little bit far back now from Bakey Gaming. He will try and set up, but this has all helped. Well, these two battling out has helped Luke come up behind Moody now, so he's going to want to join in to this battle for P3. And I think Jar Jar is close behind. I'm just going to stick here because Moody is now even closer to Bakey Gaming now. But he needs. I think he needs to be within 2 tenths of coming out of the final corner. I think that's what's going to help him get Bakey Gaming into turn 1 this time. But I don't think he's going to be close enough. But King Luke is a lot closer to Moody than Moody is to Bakey Gaming. So is Luke going to have a go at Moody? While Moody's lost it. He lost the back end. He had to squirrel himself around. He had to find it, let off the attraction. So that's helped Luke through Moody there. But Bakey Gaming would give him a bit of a reprieve. He's now 8 tenths up the road. And he looks like he's going to hold on for the time being to P3. As Deck says, up the Aston Lions. He keeps dipping into the wet line on it. Yes. No idea what you're talking about. Who keeps dipping into the wet? We've got King Luke now, who's right up behind Bakey Gaming. So it didn't take long for him to catch up, to break the 8 tenths down to 4. As Bakey's also taking all sorts of lines there out of the corner there. Excuse me. So has Bakey got a problem? Because he's very slow. And Luke has taken P3 away from Bakey Gaming. Was Bakey Gaming lighting up that time? Was he just having a drink of beer? Did he just lose concentration? Did he fall asleep? We will never know until he shows us his clips. But he has now lost P3. Wonder what Moody's tyres are on, that they must be screaming all that sliding. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering that as well. But Bakey Gaming has dropped behind King Luke, but he was a rate of knots closing down there. Investigate Visa, they're not here for this tier. I mean, I don't think they'd be as far ahead as they would be if it wasn't for the rain. Who is he? But Moody now all over the back of Bakey Gaming again. Bakey Gaming now lost out on a second to Luke, so Luke's going to want to be closing down on Silky Stevens. I'm not sure there's enough laps left in the race to make any impression. There's Jog, and we have yellow flags out in sector 1. Green flags now was that Yog who's lost a bit. Oh yeah, we all know Yog's lost a bit of his front wing, but he's still going round. Kudos to him. I'm not willing to talk about what should and shouldn't be investigated. I'm just here for commentary. I don't get involved in that nonsense until after the race in Discord, and then I will say what needs to be said, I think. But Moody all over the back of Gaming now. Is this going to be the move to get Bakey? But Bakey going for the inside line, trying to get some coolness into his, trying to turn his tyres down in temperature. I'm not sure why he's doing that. It's causing him to lose a lot of time. His tyres must be. I would love to know the percentage of tyres for everybody, to be fair, because they're all screaming out of corners. Jar Jar gets past Filthy Ghost, who moved out the way for Jar Jar, I think, there. I would say that's Filthy thinking that Jar Jar is faster than him. As Adam the Sweet goes up the inside of Mr. Piggy. And as he finally got that move done, as Prezi Prez is up behind Mr. Piggy now as well. Almost pushing him round. Taking a little different line there. Going for a little slingshot back up to him, but I don't think as Bevan gets past Slater. I've got so carried away with the top three that we've forgot about everything else. Bevan, not sure he's going to catch up to Prezi Prez, but Prezi Prez up the inside of Mr. Piggy. What a move that was. I caught the end of it, but that looked like absolute poetry in motion there. Beautiful move. Now he just wants to get us past Adam the Sweet. And I think this is just going to be for P9 here. It's not going to get any higher than that. Yog is catching Filthy Ghost. Will he be able to do anything to him? I mean, to be fair, Yog is having a great race with the damage he's got on his front wing. To be able to stick with the car in front, let alone catching him and possibly going for an overtake. Outbraked himself there. I think there was a couple of movements in the braking zone from Filthy Ghost there. That probably will be investigated. I'm pretty sure there was double movement there. But it'll all come to nothing, obviously, if Yog can find a way past him. But I would say there was definite movement in the braking area there. He went one way, and then he's definitely come back. Moody, is he going to be able to get past Bakey Gaming here? He must be sick of the sight of the rear of that Aston. Just wants to get past. But Bakey Gaming is holding on very nicely. It's all about where you deploy your battery, I guess, as Yog gets past Filthy Ghost. Yog, with no end plates, has made the move on Filthy Ghost and has made it stick. And is now going to do whatever he can to catch up to Jar Jar. I'm not sure he'll be able to take 4 seconds and 2 laps, but then again, anything is possible. Moody still not able to get past Bakey Gaming. It must be so frustrating for him. He's been stuck behind that Aston for pretty much the entirety of this race, as the rain does look like it is slowing down or getting less heavy. So there will be a line shortly appear. I don't think they'll have to come in for pits for hard tyres now. Dry tyres, sorry, because being how close we are to the end, as Fletch is coming round the final corners for one of the last times of this evening. He's quite comfortable in first place. Silky, with the 10-second penalty, looks like he's going to definitely hold on to P2. Luke has taken 2 seconds out of him, but I don't know if he'll be able to take anything else. Bakey Gaming and Moody are still battling it out for fourth. Bakey Gaming do a fantastic job in defence, as Filthy Ghost now on the back of Yog. The track is drying out now. Yog is, I think, struggling now with the lack of downforce that he has. But will he hold on to that 8th place? Absolute brilliant driving, as Filthy Ghost takes a bit of the gravel with him, wanting to get past Yog in the Sauber. But I don't know if Yog... Oh, goodness me, Filthy Ghost, a little bit squirrely coming out that turn. Definitely got more power now. I think this might be the move that gets Filthy Ghost back past Yog. It is the move. No, it's not. Yog defends brilliantly. Absolute masterclass of defence with no front wing, but I think he just lost it. Oh, there's contact between the pair of them. I think that will be looked at afterwards. Looked like Yog came across the track a little bit too aggressively there and took out Filthy Ghost. And maybe Yog was trying to watch the Williams in front of him without watching the Williams behind him. And I think he just took the eye off the mirror there, and it's cost Filthy Ghost a bit of time. Doesn't look like he's got any damage, but yeah, that's bad. Sector 2, we have Luke. The yellow flags in Sector 2, I'm not quite sure why. Oh, is it for the Ferrari? I think it might be for the Ferrari. But we have Moody again, right up behind Bakey Gaming now. Last lap has been started from Fletch. So he's coming around the circuit for the last time, but we'll go back on board with Moody to see if he can do anything about Bakey Gaming ahead of him. Doesn't look like it's going to happen this lap, so there's last lap for Moody to do anything about Bakey Gaming in front of him. Jar Jar Bing is holding off Yog quite nicely. Yog going defensive against Filthy Ghost. Filthy Ghost will be able to get past him around this time. Filthy Ghost does not go down for the lunge on the inside. Yog holding off quite nicely this time. Looks fair racing this time. Fair racing coming around here. The dry line is there. I don't want to leave this. I also want to go back to Fletch because he will be coming across the line shortly. We'll just stay on board with this battle right now. Let's just have a quick look where Fletch is. There he is. Just watching come across the line. What a great race it has been for the RBs. As Moody does get past. He does get past. I knew I'd miss it because I wanted to watch Fletch take the win, but Moody has finally got past Bakey Gaming. It's taken all race long, pretty much since it's rained, for him to get past, and it's finally happened. King Luke across the line, P3. Goofy has a 10-second penalty that's unserved. Moody will come across the line in P4. Bakey Gaming P5. Jar Jar is all sorts of wide. 10-second penalty for Jar Jar for running exceeding track limits. 10-second penalty seems a bit crazy. Yog gets past Jar Jar and finishes P7. Filthy Ghost P6. Jar Jar will come across the line in P8. Adam the Sweet looks like I think it's going to be P9. No, finishes P8. Prezi Prez P9. Jar Jar Bing drops to P10. Piggy will come across the line in P11, followed by Bevan P12. Slater will be the next one across the line, as Doug, Goofy and KL17 have all been lapped, so they are finished. Slater coming across the line now, and there you have it. That's the end of the race. Jar Jar, what's that? So did Yog crash? No, he lost traction. He can't get no traction. Ooh, stop spinning wheels then, says Woody. Jar Jar ran out of fuel, and no idea what that 10 seconds was for. No. It says it's exceeding track limits, but I've never seen the 10 seconds. I thought it was only a miniature penalty, but there we go. Race winner, we have Fletch in the RB. Fastest lap with Bevan from the McLaren. Driver of the day has gone to King Luke, and most overtakes also to King Luke. So we have your final standings of the race. Fletch in P1, Silky P2, King Luke P3, Moody 4, Bakey Gaming P5, Filthy Ghost 6th, Yog 7th, Adam the Sweet 8th, Prezi Prez 9th, Jar Jar Bing 10th, Mr. Piggy 11th, Bevan P12, Slater 13th, Doug 14, Goofy 15, Kale 17, 16, DD Friends 17. Rounds out the positions for everybody. Not so many incidents today. Not so much for the stewards to look through. Just have a quick look at all that. There we go. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That has been your Tier 2 race in Holland. We have had some fantastic racing this evening. Hope you all have enjoyed it. Please do tune in tomorrow. I will have a look at where Tier 3 are racing. We are racing at, I think it's Spain. We're racing at Spain tomorrow. Tier 3 race in Spain. So please do come join, where we will have your UFRL's own William doing the commentary tomorrow night. So please do tune in. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is your stream for this evening, your race for UFRL. Hope you've enjoyed yourself. We have been UFRL. I have been Iron Shin, and we hope you have a pleasant evening. Thank you and goodbye.